Good morning from the future.
We're home.
Y'all, it is time for a grand... Now, this is a wrap-up video combined with a bunch of sea day footage that just didn't fit into the regular series.
Yeah, because we were too busy with the 4 days.
We didn't really record enough on any given sea day to make a full video, so we thought, why not save it till the end, and here goes.
The best bits.
Yeah, so let's save the wrap-ups coming up at the end. So let's go ahead and dig into a whole string of sea day footage, and we'll see you here in a minute for a wrap-up.
Okay.
So welcome to Alaska Brunch. Let's take a nice slow roll down the menu. The left-hand side is actually mostly beverages. The right-hand side is the exciting food portion. Swirly, swirly. For our starters, Dee has gone banana and fig parfait. Nice, and I got the goat cheese and berries. Now I decided to double entree because I figured this didn't sound huge. I got the salmon potato chowder in a bread bowl. Apparently it's blanketed in a scrap of bacon. Our mains have arrived. Dee has gone biscuits and gravy with reindeer sausage. Ooh. And I got a cod benne, they call it. So I guess it's served over sort of cabbage and potatoes as opposed to an English muffin, but I guess maybe a play on a Benedict. Hoo, 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 hoo.
Tasty.
Now it's time to head into the world stage. So today's seminar is Dutch Harbor, home to a World War II conflict and the deadliest catch. This is our guest presenter, Major Kimmack.
We're going to talk about Dutch Harbor today and also look at its current importance, but also a little bit about its history, and I'm going to tell you a bit of a love story as well. So the port is Dutch Harbor, and the name of the town is Unalaska, on the island of Unalaska, and doesn't mean not Alaska, it's just the name Unalaska, but everyone just calls it Dutch. And there's more than $1 billion of seafood that is brought in each year. It's the Discovery Channel that puts this on, and they follow 8 fishing boats as they head out into the water to take advantage primarily of the October pillow crab fishing season and the January king crab season. Dutch Harbor was attacked by the Japanese Imperial Navy on June the 3rd and 4th of 42. It occurred after the attack on Pearl Harbor and shortly before the Battle of the Midway. They wanted to extend their defensive perimeter. They wanted to basically set up a base there in the North Pacific to make it more difficult for the U.S. to attack Japan from that area. And that's all about Dutch Harbor. And the next time we get together, I want to take you to Nome. Thank you for coming out. I appreciate it.
Well, lunch today will come in the form of French tea time. Ooh la la. And washi washi.
Please enjoy your food.
Thank you so much.
So deck 3 here on the balcony of the dining room. Let's see what we've got. Now my understanding is the bottom tray should be about the same. I think the middle tray with the scones is about the same. Nice, but the top tray is usually what varies. There's no little card telling us what things are, but there are our French treats. That was just what we needed. We've come down to Billboard on board now for a little general knowledge trivia.
Well, very good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. It's time for afternoon general knowledge trivia. I hope you're all having a wonderful day here. I hope you got to see some good shows on the world stage.
Well, we have ventured Lido poolside for the Lido Fun Fair. It is getting exciting out here. They got shuffleboard, cornhole, all sorts of game stuff set up over there. Looks like maybe there's a ticket system. You can collect tickets, and they've got a raffle drawing thing happening with some prizes on a table. Well, the gates to the fun fair have opened. We have got photo ops. All sorts of games in here.
Make sure you bring your tickets over.
Ooh, prizes.
We'll see you soon. Come play. I want to see everybody at the ring toss.
As long as you hit one, you get your ticket.
Oh, if you hit one, you get a ticket. All right, Dee can do it. Oh, so close. All right, she's the left-hand one down there. So over on the other side of the pool, they're having the ice cream social. They've got all sorts of booths out there with things set up for sale. This side, of course, we've got things like shuffleboard. I see they're doing a miniature golf type thing down there. Tunes are bumping. Ooh, close. Oh, some kind of a bucket ball toss back here next to the mini golf. So you can do a bouncy technique, you can just do a tossing technique. Just a little fun on a sea day. They've been bumping stuff out here like Bruno Mars, Drake, Dua Lipa. Hey. All right, time to drop our tickets in the bucket. Racking them up. All right, let's come over to the other side and see what we got going on. Looks like they're selling towel animal books. Very cute. LMS products, gold by the inch. Oh, they've got lemonade and whatnot over here. These are included. Okay. There is the ice cream just like last time. Oh, yeah. Oh, they're having a flare show way down at the other end of the pool by the dolphins. We won't be able to see that from here. Just imagine a glorious flare show. Oh, it's raffle time, so they're just going to grab thing by thing from the table, call out the numbers.
555. There we go.
Oh, we've got a winner. What have you won? A head device. Nice.
See you next time. My name's Don. Great afternoon.
We are cruising through the Unalaska Passage right now. We were just up in the gym for about 35 minutes. Oh, good gracious. And we saw, it was at least 20 whales going by. We're like, okay, let's go back to the camera, put on proper pants and a coat.
Back to the camera.
I mean, go back to the cabin. Y'all, there's whales. I can't even talk right now. Grab the camera, because I did not take it to the gym. Yeah, they're still out here showing off.
They're really far away.
Yeah, they've been in groups of, I don't know, 8 to 10, puffing, flapping. Yeah, the captain even came overhead and was like, we're going to have some whale activity off the starboard side. They're about 2 or 3 miles out, I think he said, and boy, were they ever. Yeah, I don't see too many more in front of us now. That was the thing, is when we were in the gym, I just kept seeing groups in the front, groups in the front. We would watch them pass and a new group would pop up in the front. Yeah, we're kind of passing, I think, between Unalaska and Unalaska right now, on our way from the Bering Sea, I guess, back out to the Gulf of Alaska. I think that's how that works. Let's check out Indonesian Tea Time. Well, it is not very crowded in here. They've got the tables all decorated. They're actually wearing like outfits and things like that that are themed. Let's check out the plates. Those look very similar. Let's say the bottom 2 plates usually remain the same. So the top plate is what should interest us most. There's no little sign on the table explaining what these things are, but we're going to have an exploration. So as always, here on deck 3 in the balcony of the dining room. So this seems to be a very coconutty tea time. We've got coconut on the outside of this device. There's some kind of a filling in there that appears to be coconut. This, of course, full of the coconut. I'm not quite sure what flavor is going on there, but cakey and rice puddingy. Nice.
If you look on the port side, you can see Shisholdu volcano on Unalaska Island, and you actually see some smoke coming out of the top and sort of ash around the top as well. Well, have a good evening all.
So there we go. Presumably on the left on Unalaska Island, there is the active volcano he was talking about. And there is a little bit of smoke pluming off the top of it. Wow. It is 10:30 p.m. and we have come up to the buffet because Dee wanted a hot beverage. But conveniently enough,
10:30 p.m. is when they start late night snacks, so I only have my phone. But let's see if we can document some late night snacks. Ooh, the gates have just opened. All right, let's have some shaky iPhone video. We got fruit. What is that? Whoa, wavy stuff. Looking at it through the old bent glass there. Oh, they got shrimp and stir-fry looking things. Nice. Fruit, cheese, pork skewers, straight shrimp. Look at those crispy straight shrimp there. We kind of got the same thing, really.
Protein.
All right, son, it's 11:45. You can set now. You can set anytime. Let's have a wander up to deck 10, shall we? And get a little better peek of the aft pool deck down there. Now, we have an interesting day today in that it's both sunny and extremely foggy. Yeah, so the sun is coming down on us. There's the basketball court. But everywhere we look is nothing. Just fog. Fog and blue skies. Oh, they have got a lift system that I guess can take you up to observation deck 10 there, the sports deck, or this is 10. Sports deck I think is 11 technically. Operating instructions. I hear the foghorn. Yeah, so the court up there seems to be primarily used for pickleball on this cruise. Gosh, this is a big, nice open area here in between the wind breaks. Seen a few chairs set up, but not up here. Looking up toward the funnels. Oh, we saw some little children chairs in there, so that must be Club HAL as we continue forward. And there's the dome over the main pool. I guess if they ever had this open, which, you know, not usually on an Alaska cruise, you would be able to see down and maybe watch activities at the pool and stuff like that. So if it's open, man, we can see the fog. It's just creeping into our walkway up here. Ooh, what are those cabanas up there? Is that retreat? Thanks, Horn. Well, I guess that leads into the crow's nest, or you can continue around. Oh, you can see like a rainbow on this side looking back. We're at just that right angle. Oh, all right. Under normal circumstances, you would be able to complete the loop, but it looks like they're doing something, some such a things. So no admittance. U-turn. They have given us a Canadian Customs Declaration card form, which has to be completed and placed in the designated drop box on the midship elevator landing on the same deck as our stateroom. Okay.
Westerdam team, we want to thank you for choosing Holland American Line for your vacation. It has been our absolute pleasure to serve you. Thank you. Have a great evening.
We have come back to the cabin to find one last chocolate-eyed friend waiting for us and our journey book. They give you a nice little summary of where you have been, the dates and all of that, signed by the captain. And it's on sticky paper, but it's a little big to go in that book, I think. Oh, look, it's actually signed by both our captains. Because in Anchorage, we had a captain swap out. And now it is time for In the Shower with Jay, Holland American Line Westerdam edition. So this is a pretty familiar sort of chopped off rectangle shower curtain model, and the shower curtain was not too needy. It wasn't too clingy. I mean, it actually worked pretty well. We've got double grab bars back here. We do have a clothesline, removable adjustable shower head, and I gotta say, this shower head, this is one of the only showers I remember where we could not run it at full blast. The pressure on this was 1,000%. So we usually ran this at about, 3/4 turned on. So amazing shower pressure. We got the Elemis stuff in here with the shampoo, conditioner, and the bath gel. You've got your dangerous on-off knob on top. Don't turn it all the way on in this cabin. Temperature control on the bottom with nice little numbers and a safety switch. Count them, one snack tray. It works. Limit your snacking in here, but not too bad overall. Let's jump in here for a minute. So height-wise, there's probably like a good 4 inches up there. Let's see, I'm 6'5". I'll call that about a 6'8", 6'9", somewhere in that range on the shower. Decent side-to-side room. When you've got the curtain closed and you're doing your get-downs to make sure you get down, you can come into contact with other surfaces and things. So, not a ton of room, but it was surprisingly nice, especially that pressure, that water pressure, for 28 days. So let's go into the spreadsheet, see how it stacks up. Nice.
All luggage tags and colors have been called at this point. The gangway is located on deck 2 midship. Thank you, everyone.
Oh, they have made the all-call everybody get off the ship announcement. Our little bit ahead of schedule here was the approximate colors and times for the day. They've done the all-call here just after 9 o'clock, so maybe a half hour ahead of schedule. And the gangway is here, deck 2 midship.
Thank you.
Hey y'all, just like that, we're off the ship. Just boom. So
That's so sad.
now, I didn't really sit down and make like a line item by line item way to just sort of dig into this cruise and talk about it. So just general overall thoughts of this 28-day Alaska extravaganza.
Well, it was the first time I believe they've ever done this particular itinerary, and it was indeed legendary. You got to go to so many ports that many people never get to go to, and I loved it because like the smaller towns, like you get to go to the places where like the locals and it's not built up like a cruise stop, which I don't mind the touristy areas, but it is so nice to see that. We did so many hiking trails. It was amazing.
Lots of steps.
The crew on the ship worked so hard. I love the fact that it's a smaller ship because you really get to know them. It wasn't too many people. It was like close to 1,900, I think, total.
Yep.
So a small ship, but there's, a good amount of things to do on the ship most of the time.
Yeah, you may hear some thunder in the back.
Yeah, we're having a big storm.
It's a little stormy outside right now.
So yeah, overall, I loved it. I would definitely do it again. We don't have it in the schedule for next year, but they are doing it next year for 2025. And right now it's the same itinerary. I don't know if they're going to flip-flop anything, because obviously we didn't get to go to the summer solstice, like above the Arctic Circle. Well, we did the summer solstice, but
I know what you mean.
Some of those things didn't work out, but we didn't miss any ports, which was super important. Like, that was cool that we made every single port, even though we missed like some of the scenic cruising.
Yeah, because looking at next year's one, they do still have Arctic Circle, Diomedes, and I think they still have Wrangell or Wrangell, however you say it, on there.
Which we didn't get to go to.
Question mark. But if this comes up again in 26 or 27, I might be tempted to jump on it again, because like you said, definitely something I would do again. We love Haines. I loved Nome. There wasn't a lot going on, but that was kind of the charm of Nome. Valdez, Kodiak.
Homer. And yeah, I loved Kodiak. Kodiak was probably my favorite. But
and get back to Anchorage and see a moose, y'all. We're
and the overnight in Anchorage, you have so much time. Probably not enough to like go all the way to Denali unless you're doing flight seeing, but that is something to consider. So.
Yeah, because we thought about renting a car and going up there, but it just like, you need a really early start and a whole day to do Denali. So eventually, land trip, hopefully, it's coming.
Cross your fingers.
The one thing I did want to talk about briefly, I guess, was entertainment, because we, like during the daytime, we kind of entertained ourselves. We worked, there's things to do, but the schedule is pretty sparse, and it's always a very relaxing experience, is what I say during the daytime on Holland in general, especially the long cruises.
Yeah.
Evenings are filled with music, and there were 3 dance shows. They didn't repeat. They had 2 performances, and the funny thing was, the first dance show was at the beginning of week 1, and then the second 2 dance shows were at the end of week 4. So really, very beginning and very end. And what was our understanding?
Somebody talked to some of the dancers, and they actually went home. Like, I do know Holland is starting to do new traditional like singing, dancing shows, and I don't know if they went to go like learn those or if they actually went home. But anyway, nice break for them. That's cool.
Yeah, so it was unique. Like, dancers actually, I guess, got off and got to be not on the ship for 2 to 2.5 weeks. Yeah. We changed captains midstream. We're like, wow, what is going on?
I know.
But entertainment, like, there were comedy shows. There were magic shows.
There's like a Motown singing group that was amazing.
Yeah, and each one of them, we noticed whenever they brought a fly-on, they would be set up for 2 shows for 2 different nights. And I'm assuming different shows. So each one of those acts would have 4 shows just kind of rotating around.
Yeah, there was one that was very eclectic. I think he played the piano and did Irish dancing and played instruments and stuff. We didn't get to make it to that show, but yeah, we heard it was very good. Everybody raved about the shows and the fly-on entertainers that they brought. And on top of that, they also do like speakers about the ports in Alaska and the wildlife, the glaciers, the gold rush, all of that stuff. So much information can be obtained if you want to go to all those lectures. We call them lectures. Speakers.
Yeah, and we had at least, I would say at least 4 different ones, because you had like the ranger came on and did some stuff on Glacier Bay Day. We also had the gentleman that was, I would say indigenous. I don't know if that's the right word. He was Native Alaskan to come on to do some that day. But then in general, we had like our nature guy, who was Kurt, and then we had our history guy, whose name I don't remember. He's the one who just did the Dutch Harbor talk.
And we had the couple who were indigenous as well, who stayed on with us throughout the whole cruise. So lots of information to be given. And they had those pretty much every port, or no, sea day. Yeah. So great overall, y'all. This was a fantastic adventure. Like we said, we would do this one again in a heartbeat, and you'll probably see this sneak onto our calendar again in the future, because that was unique. Definitely.
That's all my thoughts, I guess. I mean, food we talked about on a day-to-day basis. Things were sort of a little bit under-seasoned in general, but I mean, I would rather have that than us coming home and saying, man, the food was so salty all cruise long. I mean, you know,
nothing was bad. The buffet options were a little sparse, like kind of like the same, like at dinner every day. Yeah. But I mean, they had, you know, a few things here and there, and the salad bar was like our favorite. We love Holland salad bar. But I love seeing all the different themed parties. Like, you know, they had like the 4th of July, they had the ball, they had orange, of course, as they always do. It was an elegant evening with dancing with the officers. Yeah, that was the ball where they had the random lottery. They had the masquerade too. Yeah, there was lots of activities going on. Yo, keep an eye out. If you have time for this on your agenda, it's worth a do, I would say. Definitely. Just maybe bring a book you can read during the daytime if you feel like you need to entertain yourself. Or sit down and strike up a conversation and make some new friends. That's always good too. That's true. So that's all the words I got. Me too. Hopefully you enjoyed this series. If you have not already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Become a Paromaniac today. Socialize all our media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Yep, and until next time. Rock on.